Konnichiwa YouTube! Welcome back to Archeage 2.5 with your host OnlyOneShinobi, and today we're out here looking for sunken treasure chests. So this is a new treasure hunting feature that came out with 2.5, and we're going to go and take a look at how to do this and the process behind raising a sunken ship and turning in the profits. So the first thing you need to do is find your way out to the sea around Friedrich. Also in northern Castaway Straits you might find some of these. What you're going to need is a trade ship and possibly a submarine. Submarine's not exactly necessary. It could be necessary. We'll talk about that later when we find the ships. So we've teleported out here to an island where a friend of ours, guildie of ours, has a house. You'll see my guest stars here. Special shout out to Darkthshadow and Pyroblade for accompanying me and teaching me how to do this. So right now then, we're out here, we just left the little island, we're on the merchant ship and someone is on the radar, and what we're looking for is something called a broken lifeboat, or a lifeboat. And this actually shows the location of the sunken ships. So when you're out here on the radar looking for these things, what you're going to want to do is find the lifeboat and then swim down underneath it, and you'll find where the sunken ship might be lying. So sunken ships are everywhere in the sea around Friedrich, from Diamond Shores all the way south to just about where Yenistir is. You'll find them. So just drive around for a little while and you'll see some of these, and then we'll take a look at the next step. Okay, so here we are, just swimming down to the lifeboat. We found the lifeboat. What you need to do next is go ahead and swim down to the bottom of the ocean, on the ocean floor. So underneath the lifeboat is where the sunken ship could potentially be waiting for you. Now, as you'll notice from the first ship we found, someone had already raised the ship and looted all of the packs. So that was a no-go, and so this is actually the second lifeboat that we found on this journey. We're swimming down here and we're actually testing whether or not the dolphin sonar will reveal the ship, and it in fact does not work. So using a dolphin's sonar is not going to work. You're going to need a submarine to actually reveal the ship. What the patch notes say that you need a sonar when you find the bubbles underneath of the lifeboat. As you can see here, there are bubbles in the ground. The patch notes say that you need sonar to reveal it, but the dolphin isn't working, so we're going to use the submarine, and that's going to reveal basically the garbage, or the pile of whatever that you need to clean, which is where the sunken ship is. So we're going to do that next. It doesn't take much. All you need to do is use the sonar once, I believe, and it should be enough to reveal the ship. Here we go. There you go. And so once you use the sonar, the ship is revealed, or at least the debris is revealed, and then you have to clean off the debris to get the ship. So what you've got here is a pile of garbage, or a pile of debris. Now you can do this manually with a shovel and it'll take some time to remove all of the debris, or you can use a submarine that is equipped with an air cannon, and the air cannon you can use a couple times, I think maybe 3 times, to remove all of the debris, and that will show the sunken ship. Okay, so now you've got a sunken ship at the bottom of the ocean floor after you've removed all the debris. You don't need to use the air cannon anymore, I don't know what I'm doing. But what you need to do now is apply the recovery pouches. These are made from leatherworking, and you can probably buy some on the auction house, but you need to apply, I believe it's 20 of these to the ship to raise it to the surface of the ocean floor. So make sure that you're bringing a lot of these recovery pouches with you. Someone in your party has them, or you have an AnyPost owl and you can buy some on the auction house if you need to. But essentially that's what you have to do. Apply the recovery pouches and then finally cut the rope. There will be a rope that you need to cut, and then the whole thing will raise to the surface and you can loot the treasure. So here it is raising to the surface, and when this happens you want to make sure that your merchant ship is ready. Mine wasn't, I have to summon it later, but you want to make sure that the merchant ship is already out just in case you get attacked by other pirates. When you do raise the ship to the surface, it does sort of create a announcement that something creaks, so anyone in the area will understand that you've raised a sunken ship. So once you've done this, you'll see that some of the crates are filled with cargo. You need to go ahead and open them first, and then loot them. So once you loot them, each crate should have 2 pieces of treasure, and these can range from how much they're worth. But you want to make sure just to unload all of the crates, put them in your ship, and then you can take off and deliver them to a ocean trader. So now, the big thing here is that the most expensive piece of treasure, the sparkling crate here, costs or takes 100,000 exploration proficiency to be able to loot. So as far as I know, no one's really been able to loot those yet, but it's a good reason to raise your exploration proficiency, and we can take a look at that in a later episode. So go ahead and then unload the ship, and then basically you just head into a gold ocean trader, either at Friedrich, Diamond Shores, or your faction's capital, or wherever it is that your place is. So I believe that's Austera for Harani, or 2 crowns for the western side. Okay, so here we are. We've just filled the ship and we're taking off, and we've decided to go down to Austera. Diamond Shores might be full of people, and Friedrich is probably camped by pirates. So the safest bet is to head south to your city and turn it in there. Just a note that you do need to see the ocean trader and not the gold trader. So it needs to be a city where there's an ocean trader. So Ostera, 2 Crowns, Friedrich, or Diamond Shores. So this is probably the longest part of the whole experience, as it takes a good, I don't know, 15 minutes just to sail south to Ostera, since it's all the way at the southern end of the world, but it is safer to go there otherwise. And here we are, we're finally in Ostera. It took us a while to get here. Total round trip is approximately, well, from the recording here, it took us 37 minutes from start to finish, and that includes searching for the lifeboat and unloading all of the packs. Now, each pack is roughly worth about 10 gold. And you get a total of 16 packs, or up to 16 packs from each sunken ship. So for 30 minutes of work, that's approximately 160 gold, which is pretty good. I mean, in an hour, you could make about 300 gold per hour looking for sunken ships if you're doing this alone. And if you've got 100,000 exploration proficiency, you could make even more by turning in that sparkling pack. The only thing is that, you know, you're very susceptible to pirate attacks, so obviously we're doing this in a group of 3. You could be doing this in larger groups. You could even have more trade ships, taking in 2 at a time, depending on how many people you have with you or how many people are in your guild. But overall, I think that this method of treasure hunting or sunken ship hunting is actually pretty profitable and valuable way to spend your time. It's definitely doable in terms of gold efficiency and the labor and time that it takes. So it also adds an element of fun to the whole treasure hunting experience. So this is pretty cool. No artifacts, but overall enjoyable experience. So make sure to save your ship so that people like this from Warden or Tractor Team 6 don't steal your ship. Luckily, we got away here without them taking any of our packs. Because they're douchebags. So, moving on, that's going to be all for this episode. I hope you enjoyed this. Now get out there on the ocean and look for sunken ships. If you do like this episode, be sure to leave me a comment and a like, and please share. Sharing the videos definitely helps me the most, as it allows me to reach a wider audience and get more subscribers. So share the videos if you like this and you want to see more of it, and I will see you all next time. For now, Shinobi out.